The morning routine. Every morning, before the twin suns fully rose, the human man walked alone across the silent space dock. His boots made soft sounds on the cold metal ground. The place was old. Broken ships rested like dead animals. No traders came here anymore. No soldiers. No guards. Only him. In his hands, he carried a small metal container. Inside was food, simple food, cooked grains, dried meat, warm water mixed with minerals. Nothing special, nothing expensive. Yet every morning, someone waited for it. At the far end of the dock, beyond a broken landing tower, the dragon lay still. She was massive, bigger than any ship nearby. Her scales were dull, cracked with age, once bright like fire but now faded like ash. Old scars crossed her body, deep marks from battles long forgotten. One wing was torn and never healed properly. Her breathing was slow and heavy. She was dying. The galaxy knew it. That was why no one came here. The man stopped a safe distance away, just like always. He never rushed. He never showed fear. He placed the container on the ground and sat down beside it, keeping his eyes low. "Good morning," he said softly. The dragon opened one eye. It was huge, golden, ancient. She did not move. She did not growl. She only watched him. The man waited. Minutes passed. The wind blew dust across the dock. A broken sign creaked in the distance. Finally, the dragon lowered her head. Slowly, carefully, she sniffed the food. Her nostrils flared. Then she ate. The man smiled just a little. He never touched her without permission. He never spoke loudly. Some mornings he talked about his life. About Earth. About the small blue ocean he missed. Other mornings he stayed silent. Today he talked. "I almost didn't make it today," he said. "Work cut my pay again. But I promised." The dragon listened. She always listened. What the man did not know was that he was not alone. High above the dock, hidden behind cloaking fields, 3 alien ships hovered silently. Inside the first ship, armor guards watched through live feeds. Their hands rested on weapons powerful enough to erase the dock in seconds. Inside the second ship, legal observers recorded every movement, every word, every step the human took. Inside the third ship, a single message repeated on the screen. Subjects still allowed access. Do not intervene. The guards did not understand. The lawyers understood too well. That human should be dead, one guard said quietly. Others came near her before. None survived. A lawyer adjusted her screen. She has not rejected him. That makes no sense. It makes perfect sense, the lawyer replied. She is choosing. Down below, the man finished setting the food. He pulled out a cloth and gently cleaned dried blood from one of the dragon's old wounds. His hand shook, but he did not stop. "Sorry," he whispered. "I know it hurts." The dragon's tail moved slightly. That alone made the guards tense. Weapons powered up. The lawyer raised her hand. "Stand down." The dragon did not attack. She leaned closer. Her massive head lowered until it was only a few feet from the man. He froze. For one long second, the entire dock held its breath. Then the dragon did something impossible. She closed her eyes. The man let out a slow breath he didn't know he was holding. He gently finished cleaning the wound and pulled his hand away. "I'll come back tomorrow," he said, standing up. Same time, the dragon opened her eye again. She watched him walk away. Above them, alarms flashed quietly inside the hidden ships. One guard whispered, "She is bonding." The lawyer swallowed hard. If that is true, then this is no longer a small matter. Back on the ground, the man stopped and turned around. "Rest well," he said. The dragon lifted her head slightly. It was not a roar. It was not a threat. It was something else, something close to gratitude. As the man disappeared into the shadows of the dock, the dragon stared at the empty path he left behind. In her long, long life, empires had begged her. Kings had feared her. Armies had tried to control her. This human had done none of that. He had only brought food. High above, a final message appeared on every screen. If he feeds her one more time, galactic status will change. And the dragon smiled. The ones who own nothing and everything. The next morning did not begin like the others. The space dock felt different. Too quiet. Too clean. The human man noticed it the moment he arrived. The broken lights along the dock were working again. Old warning signs blinked softly, powered by a source he did not own and did not control. He stopped walking. "Someone's been here," he whispered to himself. Far away, the dragon was awake. She did not lie still like before. Her head was raised. Her golden eye watched the empty sky, not the man. Her breathing was steady, controlled, alert. The man felt a chill. He stepped forward anyway. He always did. Hidden far above, the watching ships multiplied. Not 3 anymore, 7. Different shapes, different species, all silent. Inside the command vessel, the lead lawyer spoke with a calm voice that hid real fear. She moved before he arrived. A guard zoomed the image. "She sensed us." "That is worse," the lawyer said. "That means she is still strong." Down on the dock, the man placed the food container down, as usual. But before he could sit, the ground shook. Not from anger, from warning. The dragon shifted her massive body, blocking him from the open space behind her. Her torn wing dragged across the metal floor, sparks flying. The man froze. "It's okay," he said carefully. "I'm here, same as always." The dragon did not look at him. She was watching the sky. For the first time, the man followed her gaze. He saw nothing, but she did. Inside the ships, alarms lit up. "She is shielding the human," a guard said. "That confirms it," another replied. "She has chosen him as protected." The lawyer's hands trembled. "Do you know what that means?" "No," the guard said, "but I feel like I should." The lawyer swallowed. "It means she remembers who she is. Long ago, before borders and councils, before law replaced fire, the dragon had a name that ended wars. She owned nothing because nothing could own her. Trade routes bent around her territory. Empires paid to exist near her space. Then time came. Time always came. Age slowed her wings. Battles took their price. And the galaxy waited patiently for her to die. But she didn't. She hid. And now, a human was feeding her. On the dock, the dragon finally looked down at the man. Her eye locked onto his. For the first time since he met her, he felt it. Pressure. Not pain. Not fear. Power. His knees almost gave out. I didn't mean to upset you," he said. "I can leave if you want." The dragon lowered her head until her breath warmed his face. She spoke. Not with sound, with meaning. The man gasped. His mind filled with images, stars burning, fleets kneeling, planets signed over with fear-filled hands. He fell backward. Inside the ships, every screen exploded with data. Neural contact confirmed. "That's impossible. She hasn't spoken in centuries." The lawyer stood up slowly. "She has now." The dragon pulled back. The pressure vanished. The man sat on the ground, shaking, sweat running down his face. "You're not just an old dragon," he whispered. The dragon did not deny it. She nudged the food toward herself, but did not eat. Instead, she pushed a small object toward him with one claw. It was metal, old, shaped like a broken ring. The man picked it up. The moment he touched it, every ship above powered down their weapons. Every lawyer went silent. One whispered, "That is a claimant mark." Another whispered back, "No, that is a witness seal." The guard's voice cracked. "What does that mean?" The lawyer closed her eyes. "It means she is not asking him to serve her. She is asking him to stand beside her." On the dock, the man looked at the dragon in shock. "I don't understand," he said. "I'm nobody." The dragon finally ate. Slowly, calmly, satisfied. The sky darkened as more ships arrived. News spreading fast through silent channels. The dragon lifted her head and released a low, deep sound. Not a roar, a signal. Across the galaxy, ancient systems woke up. Forgotten laws unlocked. Old contracts opened, and all of them asked the same question. Why did the dragon, who owned nothing, choose a human? Far above the dock, a final command flashed. Do not touch the human. He is now under primordial protection. The man felt none of that. He only sat there, holding the ring, staring at the dragon who had just changed his life. And somewhere deep in her ancient mind, the dragon made a decision. Tomorrow, she would test him, not with fire, but with truth. The first attempt to break the bond. The danger did not come with noise. It It came with silence. The next morning, the human man arrived earlier than usual. The space dock lights were off again, broken and dark like before. That should have felt normal. It didn't. The air felt heavy, thick, like the galaxy itself was holding its breath. The dragon was already awake. She stood this time. Her massive body blocked the dock entrance completely. Her old scars glowed faintly, not with fire, but with warning. Her golden eye was sharp, focused, not on the man, but on the empty space behind him. The man stopped walking. "You feel it too, don't you?" he asked quietly. He didn't know why he said that. The dragon did not answer. She lowered her head slightly, placing herself between him and the open dock. Protection. High above, the hidden ships were no longer only watching. They were arguing. Inside a sleek black vessel, a tall alien commander slammed a clawed hand onto the table. "This has gone too far," he said. "The human is interfering with galactic balance." A lawyer's voice answered calmly. The dragon made the choice. "We cannot override it." "We can test it," the commander replied. "If the bond is weak, it will break." The lawyer's eyes widened. "You are not allowed to." The order was already given. On the dock, the man felt it before he saw it. A low hum filled the air. The metal ground vibrated under his boots. A thin blue field appeared around him, forming a cage of light. He stumbled back. "What is this?" he shouted. The dragon roared. Not loud, not wild, controlled. The sound shook ships out of the sky. Above them, alarm screamed. "She is reacting," a guard yelled. The energy cage tightened around the man. He fell to one knee, gasping as the air grew thin. Subject secured. A cold voice echoed through the dock. "Human, you are being removed for evaluation." The dragon stepped forward. Fire gathered in her throat, but she did not release it. Instead, she stopped. She looked at the man. The man looked back. He was scared, but he shook his head. "No," he said through pain. "Don't." The dragon froze. Inside the ships, the screens filled with warnings. "She is waiting for his choice." The commander laughed. "Good. Let's see how strong humans really are." The cage pulled harder. Pain burned through the man's chest. His vision blurred. He could give in. He could scream. He could beg. He didn't. "She helped me," he said weakly. "I won't hurt her. If you want me, fine. But leave her alone." The dragon's eye widened. That was the moment. The ring in the man's hand, forgotten until now, heated up. Symbols appeared across its surface, glowing white-hot. Across the galaxy, ancient systems fully awakened. Inside every legal archive, one word appeared. Witness confirmed. The dragon moved. She did not breathe fire. She stepped into the energy field. Every alarm turned red. "That field will kill her," someone shouted. It didn't. The field shattered like glass. The ships above lost control. Power failed. Weapons went dark. The dragon stood tall, her full height revealed for the first time. She was not weak. She had never been weak. She had been waiting. The commander stared at the screen in horror. "Impossible. She is overriding containment law." The lawyer whispered, "No. She is above it." On the dock, the dragon lowered her head to the man. Her voice entered his mind again, clear and calm. "You chose without knowing the cost." The man struggled to his feet. "I didn't choose power," he said. "I chose you." The dragon lifted her head. The sky changed color. Stars shifted as ancient borders dissolved. A message echoed across every channel, every species, every world. The primordial dragon has awakened her claim. The human is under absolute protection. The ships retreated. Fast. Cowardly. Silence returned to the dock. The man stood shaking, his legs barely holding him. He looked at the dragon, fear and wonder mixing in his eyes. "What happens now?" he asked. The dragon turned toward the stars. "Now," she replied, "they will not test you again." She looked back at him. "They will fear you." The man swallowed. "I don't want that." The dragon smiled, slow, ancient, knowing. "That," she said, "is why you were chosen." Far away, in hidden councils, one truth spread faster than light. The attempt to break the bond had failed, and the next attempt would not be legal. The day the galaxy broke the law, the first illegal move came before sunrise. The human man felt it before he understood it. He woke up on the cold floor of the dock shelter, his chest tight, the air sharp like metal in his lungs. The dragon was outside. He could feel her presence even without seeing her. Something was wrong. Very wrong. He stepped out slowly. The dragon stood at the edge of the dock, her massive body tense, her tail coiled tight against the ground. Her scars glowed brighter than before, not with fire, but with deep red light. Danger. "They're coming," the man whispered. She did not deny it. Far beyond the stars, a hidden fleet moved without legal markers. No flags, no warnings, no permission. Assassins. Inside one of the ships, a masked alien spoke in a cold, flat voice. "Legal protection no longer applies. Terminate the human. If the dragon reacts, retreat." No one answered. They didn't need to. On the dock, the air suddenly split open. A thin black line appeared in space itself, then tore wide. The man staggered back. From the tear stepped 3 figures in dark armor, their forms bending light around them. No faces, no symbols, only weapons designed for one purpose: ending legends. The dragon roared. This time, it was not a warning. The sound ripped through the dock like a shockwave. Metal bent. Old ships collapsed inward. The assassins stumbled but did not fall. They fired. Not at the dragon. At the man. Time slowed. The man saw the energy bolt racing toward his chest. He could not move fast enough. His body froze, fear finally catching him. The dragon moved faster than thought. She placed herself in front of him. The blast struck her side. Fire exploded outward, not from pain, but from rage. The assassins froze. "No," one of them whispered. She took the hit. The dragon turned. Her golden eye burned brighter than a star. She did not attack them. She looked at the man. Blood, dark and glowing, ran down her scales. The man ran to her without thinking. "You're hurt. I told you not to." She lowered her head until her forehead touched his chest. The world went silent. Inside his mind, memories flooded in. Her past. Not stories. Truth. She was not just a ruler. She was a founder. Before councils. Before law. Before species trusted paper over fire. She had written the first galactic laws in flame and blood so weaker worlds could survive. And the galaxy had waited for her to die. The man fell to his knees, gasping. "They were afraid of you. They still are." Her voice echoed. The assassins tried to retreat. They didn't get the chance. The dragon finally released her fire. Not wild. Not wide. Focused. Precise. The space terror collapsed inward, swallowing the assassins and their ship like it never existed. Silence returned. Far away, every legal system screamed warnings. Primordial law violated. Founding entity attacked. Retaliation authorized. Across the galaxy, fleets froze. Councils panicked. Lawyers disappeared from public channels. On the dock, the dragon swayed. The man caught her, impossible as it seemed, pressing himself against her massive head. "Stay with me," he whispered. "Please." She breathed slowly. She lived, but she was weaker now, too weak to hide anymore. She lifted her head and looked at the stars. "It has begun," she said. The man followed her gaze. "What has?" She looked down at him. "War," she answered. "Or change." She nudged the ring in his hand again. This time, it reshaped itself, symbols spreading outward, forming something new. A mark, a title. Across the galaxy, one final message appeared on every screen, every world, every species. The human witness is no longer a civilian. He is now a galactic constant. The man stared at the mark glowing on his hand. "I never wanted this," he said. The dragon's voice was calm, almost gentle. "That is why it will work." Above them, the stars began to move. And for the first time in history, the galaxy prepared to answer a human. When a human spoke, and the galaxy listened. The galaxy did not attack right away. It argued. Across 1,000 star systems, emergency councils came alive. Holograms filled endless chambers. Species that had never agreed on anything now shared the same fear. A human had been marked. A dragon had chosen. And the old laws laws older than most civilizations, had woken up. On the abandoned space dock, the human man sat beside the dragon's massive head. Her breathing was slow but steady. The wound from the assassin's attack still glowed faintly, like a star refusing to die. "She took that hit from me," he whispered. "They'll never stop now, will they?" "No," the dragon replied inside his mind. "They cannot." That answer scared him more than any threat. High above, a single ship broke silence. It was not a warship. No weapons were visible. Its hull carried ancient symbols, neutral marks. A messenger vessel. It landed slowly, carefully, like something afraid of being noticed. From it stepped a tall, thin alien wrapped in silver cloth. No guards. No weapons. "I come under absolute truce," the alien said, bowing deeply. "I speak for the Unified Council." The dragon did not move. The man stepped forward. "I'll listen," he said. The alien hesitated. "You are allowed to speak?" The dragon's eye opened. The alien swallowed. "Then I will speak to you." The message was simple. The councils demanded the human be removed. Not killed. Not imprisoned. Separated. "If you leave her," the alien said, "the galaxy will stand down. No war. No blood." The man looked back at the dragon. She said nothing. The choice was his. He thought of the mornings, the food, the silence, the way she trusted him without asking for anything. "She was alone," he said quietly. "You were all waiting for her to die." The alien did not deny it. "You broke your own laws," the man continued. "You sent assassins. That was not sanctioned. But it happened," the man said louder now. "And she still protected me." The dragon watched him carefully. Every system in the galaxy tuned in. The man took a slow breath. "I won't leave her." The alien's face tightened. "Then you choose war." "No," the man said. "I choose responsibility." The dragon felt it. Not pride. Relief. The mark on the man's hand flared bright, sending a signal across the stars. Ancient platforms awakened. Old defense systems once built by the dragon herself came online, not to attack but to shield. The galaxy froze. "She is giving him command access," someone whispered in a distant council chamber. Another replied in horror, not command. "Veto." The alien messenger stepped back. "You don't understand what you are doing." The man met his eyes. "I understand enough." He turned to the dragon. "I won't use your power to hurt anyone, but I won't let them hurt you either." The dragon lowered her head. "Then speak," she said. His voice echoed. Not loud, but everywhere. "I am human," he said. "I don't rule galaxies. I feed old dragons." Silence. "If you want peace," he continued, "stop trying to control what you don't understand. Let her rest. Let her live." The stars shifted. The councils argued. Then slowly, one by one, systems powered down their fleets. Not all, but enough. The alien messenger bowed deeply. "The Unified Council will stand down for now." The ship left. The man exhaled, shaking. "Did I just stop a war?" The dragon's voice was soft. "You delayed one." She looked toward the stars. "The ones who broke the law will not forgive this." The man nodded. "Then we'll face them." The dragon smiled. Not in fire. In trust. Far away, in the shadows beyond the councils, a final message passed between unknown fleets. The human is not a weapon. Remove him anyway. Back on the dock, the man sat beside the dragon as the sun set. Tomorrow would not be quiet. Tomorrow, someone would try again. And this time, they would not ask. The choice that no law could stop. The warning came too late. Not from the stars. Not from the councils. It came from the dragon herself. The human man was asleep beside her when her body suddenly tensed. Her breathing changed sharp fast. The ground beneath them cracked slightly as ancient power stirred. He woke up instantly. "What is it?" he asked. "They are not coming for you." Her voice said, calm but heavy. "They are coming for me." Before he could answer, the sky above the dock went dark. Not with ships, with absence. Stars vanished, swallowed by a spreading shadow that bent space itself. This was not a fleet. This was a null field, forbidden technology erased from history because it killed founding beings. The dragon tried to rise. She failed. Her body slammed back down, powerless. "No," the man whispered. "They said they stood down." "The council did," she replied. "Others did not." From the shadow stepped figures made of living metal. No faces, no heat, no emotion. Founding entity, they spoke in one voice. You are to be erased. The man stepped in front of her without thinking. Stop, he shouted. The beings looked at him. Human witness, they said. You are irrelevant. The dragon felt something break inside her. Do not, she warned him. This will cost you. He didn't move. You want her, he said. Then go through me. The beings paused. Not from mercy, from calculation. Inside every hidden system, alarms began screaming. Witness interference detected. He cannot block a null field. The dragon pushed into his mind hard now. If you do this, you will lose the mark, she said. The galaxy will forget you. He swallowed. Then let it, he said quietly. I didn't help you to be remembered. The ring on his hand shattered. The mark faded. Every system went blind. The galaxy lost him. The beings raised their weapons and stopped. The null field collapsed. The shadow tore apart like weak cloth. The dragon stood, fully, her wounds sealed, her wings spread wide, her scars burned like living stars. She was no longer hiding. The beings tried to retreat. They failed. She did not kill them. She erased them, not from space, from record. Every trace of their existence vanished. Silence returned. The man collapsed. The dragon caught him gently, lowering him to the ground. You gave up everything, she said softly. For me. He smiled weakly. Seemed fair. Across the galaxy, panic spread. Where is the witness? We can't see him. He's gone. The councils searched frantically. They found nothing. The dragon lifted her head and spoke, not into his mind, but into the universe. The human is no longer bound by your law. The stars answered. Something new awakened. The dragon looked down at the man, unconscious but alive. You are free now, she said. Far away, something else noticed him too. Not councils, not fleets, something older. And it was curious. Tomorrow would not bring war. It would bring judgment. And this time, even the dragon did not know the outcome. The morning that belonged to humanity. The universe went quiet. Not the calm kind. The kind that comes before something notices you. The human man opened his eyes. He expected pain. He expected darkness. Instead, he saw stars close, bright, watching. He was no longer on the space dock. He stood on nothing, and yet he did not fall. The dragon was there, smaller now, her massive form folded into something calm and contained, like the universe itself had asked her to lower her voice. You are awake, she said. Am I dead? The man asked. She smiled, slow and ancient. No, you are seen. The stars moved. Not ships, not fleets. Eyes. Something stepped forward from the dark between galaxies. It had no clear shape, only presence. Heavy, endless, patient. The first observer. Older than dragons. Older than law. Older than fear. Its voice did not echo. It simply existed inside everything. Human, it said. You gave up all claim. The man nodded. I didn't do it for a reward. The observer paused. That had never happened before. You defended a founding entity without power. I defended a friend. The stars shifted again, softly this time. The dragon lowered her head. I chose him, she said, not because he was strong, but because he stopped me from becoming alone. The observer watched the man. Humanity has never stood here. The man scratched his head weakly. Sorry. First time. For the first time since time began. The observer laughed. Not sound. Change. Across the galaxy, systems rebooted. Councils felt it. Fleets froze mid-jump. Every species felt a pressure lift they didn't know they were carrying. The test is complete, the observer declared. Not of the dragon. The stars turned toward the man. Of humanity. The dragon's eyes widened. The observer continued. You do not seek to rule. You do not seek to conquer. You do not seek to be remembered. The man swallowed. I just feed old dragons. The universe leaned closer. Then humanity shall be known for that. Light poured outward. Not fire, not energy, but permission. The galaxy changed. Not borders. Not rulers. Perspective. The dragon felt it instantly. Her burden lifted. Her age softened. For the first time in millennia, she was not a symbol. She was alive. The observer faded back into the dark. "We will watch," it said, "but we will not interfere." The stars returned to their places. The man found himself back on the space dock, lying on cold metal. Morning light warmed his face. The dragon lay beside him, sleeping peacefully. No ships watched them now. No weapons charged. No laws hovered overhead. The man sat up slowly. "Guess we made it," he whispered. The dragon opened one eye. "Yes," she replied. "You did." He stood, stretched, and picked up the familiar metal container. Same food, same routine. As he placed it down, distant worlds adjusted their records. Not with fear, with respect. Because the galaxy had learned something new. Humans did not need crowns. They did not need fleets. They did not need permission. Sometimes, all it took to change everything was a human who showed up every morning to feed an aging dragon.